Alright, let's try this one more time. I'm thinking about what's going on with UGA or college football in general. I was listening to Dog Nation this morning with BA, and a part of what he was talking about was what if Monken leaves or something to that effect. This has been brought up more than once. I've even asked this after he got to Georgia, and I'm wondering that very same thing myself. What other offensive coordinator that's not already on staff or as an analyst that might be able to do as good of a job as Monken or even better with him supposedly getting ready to leave? Not saying it's going to happen, but the way some people are speculating, or even people from UGA that's behind the scenes or beat writers or whatever the case may be, are like, okay, Georgia has got Monken. We did this, that, and the third with his first year. He might be leaving, going to the NFL because there are openings. Second year, okay, we win a national with him. He might be going to the NFL because there are openings, or the openings are getting slim. He might not find a spot where he would like to go to and return as a head coach, or he might want to go to the FBS level or Group of Five level. My question is, why in the hell is everybody worrying about Monken leaving because everybody else is leaving? If Monken wanted to leave, he could have left like the following year. If that was really the case. The man has been there for 2 years, pushing 3. This should be the 3rd year. And he's doing okay. Why is everybody so up in arms and thinking that, excuse me, I'm not going to keep saying everybody. Why are specific people up in arms and thinking that this man is going to leave? If he leaves, he leaves. If he stays, great. It seems like the Georgia fan base is too stuck on this man leaving the team. And if he does leave, since Kirby Smart and the other people on the staff do a very good job of picking up people to fill those spots. And another thing BA said that I do like is that instead of constantly switching up the play style with each coach, it seems like Georgia has found its offensive identity and bring in a coach. Not saying BA said this specifically, but it's along these lines. Find a coach or get a coach that can do the same thing he's doing. Do the same thing that Monken is doing with the play style that he has brought to Georgia. I have no idea of what coach, incoming coach, who's ever on staff that could possibly do what Monken is doing with what's at Georgia and possibly coming into Georgia. Another thing I was thinking about was I made a mistake and I kept saying the Manning boy or the Manning kid or whatever the case may be. I was trying to say Archie Manning. I completely forgot his name, which, whatever. Y'all get mad if y'all want to, if y'all watch it, but whatever. Archie Manning is supposedly got 2 teams on his list, which is Alabama and Texas. Either way it go, I can understand why. Look at what Georgia has done since Fromm as far as having the passing ability to put a quarterback out there that can actually throw the ball more than 30 times. Bryce Young, I heard, threw it at least up to 50 times in the national game. Stetson threw it at least 25 to 30 times. That's a 15 to 20 more passes. If Archie Manning is doing those type of numbers in high school before he get to college, why would he want to come to Georgia if they're going to limit him on passing? And that's to the effect of, which is a positive and a negative. The positive is having the receivers that we have come back and staying decently healthy. The negative is if some of those receivers get hurt, who's going to fill those spots on top of Brock Bowers being hurt? Having surgery done. So that means Washington and the other tight end that I mentioned, I think, on another video or in the chat somewhere, coming in to fill that spot. One person that I talked with in a Dog Nation chat a little while back was saying he doesn't see Washington as a threat. I'm like, the only reason why you don't see him as a threat because Brock Bowers got the majority of the catches during this past season while he was hurt, which goes to a lot of the other Alabama fans. Not talking about the real Alabama fans. I'm talking about the other Alabama fans, the ones that are doing all the crime. Y'all lose 2 people in the national, and y'all get the crown. What if they were in? It would have been a different game. Let's just say, in this one specific position, Darnell Washington was healthy. Y'all don't think it wouldn't have been that much of an issue? The dude is like 6'7", 230, 240. I could be possibly wrong with that, but I can be corrected, and that's okay. Who's covering him? What linebacker is that tall? What safety is going to be able to hit him and lay him down like that? This man has ran over people. And if you put the ball in the right spot, he's jumping over people. I done seen this man jump over two defenders and still catch the ball and almost score a touchdown. And this is last year. Even though he didn't play that much, he did it. So if he comes back healthy, who's going to stop Bowers, Washington, and the other tight end? If we come out in a double tight end set, who's going to stop them? Especially if we have McIntosh and one of the other 3 running backs coming out of the backfield, along with Adai, and I'm blanking on the other 2 receivers that's coming back. Rosemary Jackson and his name escapes me, but him, the one of the other 3 or 4 that's coming back. Who's covering that? And it's when they're healthy. What defense is gonna cover all of that? And then if Stetson plays the way he did during the Michigan game for the rest of this upcoming season, and our defense, let's say they don't hold people to 6 or 7 points, let's say they're holding to 12 or 13, let's just say 2 touchdowns. The defense hold every opponent to 2 touchdowns, but we can score 3 to 4 touchdowns. Only team I see standing in our way is Alabama. Now, if it comes to a different conference like the ACC, which Clemson might come out of, Pitt might come out of, I'm not going to say Miami too much because they're getting their stuff together. This is going to be their first year with their new coach. This is not like when Mark Richt was there. He ended up getting them to like a 10 or 11 win season like his first or his second year there. I don't think Mario Cristobal is going to be able to have that ability at Miami with what's going on there. Not saying he can't. It just don't look like it to me, especially with new coaches. Auburn, they got issues. I don't see them stopping us. South Carolina, always giving us problems, but I really don't see them stopping us either. Florida, first year, it's their coach's first year there. They got one of our better, I think, defenders, or one of our defenders, I should say. Really don't see them doing much with the 2 quarterbacks they got, Emory Jones and AR-15. I don't see that being much of an issue. Kentucky, always going to be a fight. Georgia Tech, don't see them doing nothing. Unless they put up a fight in the ACC, then I consider them being a problem. But other than that, no. Mississippi State, with their coach's second year and the way he got monkey stomped in the bowl game that they had with Texas Tech, don't really see him being much of an issue either, because he still got to deal with Alabama, and some people are saying LSU might do some things with Brian Kelly, and I don't see them doing too much either with his first year being in Baton Rouge. And then Sam Pittman. Sam Pittman might be the SEC West version of Kentucky. They might come in number 2, because I don't really see nobody slowing them down either. I took some notes down, so that's why I'm pausing. I'm trying to remember what I want to talk about. Okay, but other than that, I pretty much think that's it. Excuse me on the pause. But I'm trying to remember what I was talking about on a previous video that I just made, but I had to redo it because of the sound quality wasn't too well, or whatever the issue was with that. Oh yeah, going into some of the comment sections. I really wasn't in Dog Nation chat today. I did listen, but I think it was a chat that I was listening to the other day. Some guy was trying to compare Stetson in a sense to Fields, but not bringing up Fromm as well. All 3 of them played at Georgia, even though Fields' stint was extremely short. I'm more like, why are specific people, let me say this, certain people Still trying to bring up Fields as in they're still butt frustrated that he left and went to Ohio State and did a way better job than what Fromm did. And in a shorter stint than what Stetson did, because Stetson came from a junior college, came back to Georgia, sat behind Fromm, then took over after him because Georgia had no quarterbacks that could actually fill the spot. Stetson got that spot mainly off of experience and playing time that he had in junior college. Fields did not get that. What part of most of y'all not understanding? Fields came in and handed the ball off. Oh, he looked scared when he first came in. If the man doesn't get reps in some part of the game, and that goes for any quarterback, I'm even including Carson Beck, Brock Vandegrift, and Gunnar Stockton. If these guys do not get the reps, excluding Fields, because I'm talking in the future tense now. If these guys do not get the reps at some point in a live game, they will look scared when they get their first official chance to come in and take over a game. Mainly in the third, maybe fourth quarter. We need to see these young dudes come in outside of the G-Day game and get some literal playing time, some actual playing time, run a whole quarter. Every other game or every game, especially if we're up. I've said this one time, I'm going to keep saying it till I see it happen. Until we are literally in a dogfight, shootout, all-out battle or whatever, it's going point for point like in the Sugar Bowl game with Oklahoma in 2017. I can understand you not putting the rookie quarterbacks in. Leave in your main quarterback. That's your best chance of winning. Understandable. But if we march in a mud hole in Kentucky, throw the quarterback in there. Let him run some series so he can get used to it repeatedly, especially if we're going to be doing what we did last year to teams this year, because I don't see nobody really holding us like that except for Alabama. And that's no disrespect to no other team. That's just what I'm looking at. Like, who else is going to have a real shot at slowing down Georgia besides Kentucky, maybe Tennessee, and South Carolina out of the East? Not even looking forward to Missouri doing anything. Came in with the big mouth, been getting kicked in the face ever since. Florida, y'all just got a new coach, not going to do nothing. Auburn, y'all still in turmoil. Y'all looking like a real dumpster's fire, and y'all not going to do nothing either. Mississippi State, we usually have a decent game with you all. Either, well, not as of late, because I think we've beaten Mississippi State twice within the past 5 to 7 years. Like, in decent fashion at that. Other than that, I don't see nobody else outside of Alabama coming out of the West to beat Georgia. I mean, if there is another team that somebody says that could be a sleeper team, let me know, because I'm not seeing it. And I'm not counting Oregon because Oregon is not in the SEC, but they are the first test that we got, just like Clemson. Clemson was the first test we had last year. I was nervous about that game. It was a very nerve-wracking game. Only reason why we scored 10 points was off of a pick. We probably would have went into overtime if that didn't happen. And we probably would have lost that game. Just saying, I'm going to be real about it. That would have been our first loss, and I thought that would be our one and only loss outside of the SEC championship game. But I'm like, if we beat Clemson, we're going undefeated. We beat Clemson, went undefeated. Played Alabama, lost in the SEC championship game. Beat Michigan handedly, had a hard-fought game with Alabama in the first half, took off in the second half. I would like to see Georgia get more points throughout the game, at least 2 touchdowns a quarter. That would be decent. Maybe some field goals in there if need be. That's one of the ways I see Georgia offense becoming much more of a threat than what we were previously. Other than that, thank y'all for those who did come and listen, and hopefully future people who do come and listen. This DSA1 UGA fan opinion / rant video. I'm out.